everyone, this is Sylvia with Pine Kiko Goats. As you can see, I've got the does grazing in the background. Kidding season is supposed to be starting here in about 5 days, so I'm super excited for that. We're about to have kids hit the ground here very soon. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what I will be doing to prepare for kidding season. So first I have prepared here a kidding kit. So probably one of the most important things before kidding is you want to have a nice kidding kit with everything that you'll need potentially for kiddings for your does. So I put together this kit, nothing super fancy in it. I will probably add more kidding supplies onto it later on as I see potential things that I may need while does are kidding, or things that might be good to have on hand. So I'll show you what I have in my kidding kit right now. So first of all, I have rags, a big bundle of rags that will probably be the most important thing. Now I do raise Kiko goats, so I want my does that are kidding to be able to take care of their babies and do everything all on their own. But once in a while you may have to intervene. So I have all of the supplies just in case if I might need it. And rags is probably at the top of my list. Next, I have some baby wipes. These come in handy if you need to wipe off a doe or a kid's behind or anything like that. Maybe you need to wipe your hands off after helping with birthing or anything like that. These baby wipes come in handy if you prefer to use these over a wet rag, or if you don't have wet rags available at the moment. I also have some goat electrolytes. This will come in handy if does or kids need a little supplement to boost to get them going, if they need a little bit more energy after kidding. Now something similar that I have is Nutri-Drench. This is a really old bottle. I'm not sure if it's still good or not, so I probably need to go get a new bottle. Nutri-Drench will give kind of the same thing, but a little bit different types of nutrition. Now I also have a heat pack in case it's really cold out and maybe a kid needs warmed up or something like that. A heat pack is a good thing to have on hand just in case. Now I also have iodine. My bottle is pretty empty right now, so it's about time to refill before kidding starts this week. But you want to have some iodine on hand. I prefer putting it in a little spray bottle, and I will use some scissors to clip the umbilical cord when the kids are born, and then I'll spray some iodine on it to make sure that they don't get joint ill and keeping that area healthy and clean. Next, I have some surgical gloves. These will come in handy if you need to help with anything and you want to have some nice clean gloves on your hands if you're doing something messy to help with the birthing process or cleaning kids off or anything like that. Gloves is definitely a good thing to have on hand. It might also be a great idea to get some gloves that go all the way up your arm in case you have to assist and put your arm inside of that doe. I also have a thermometer in case you need to check the temperature of the does or kids if they are looking off or anything like that. A thermometer is always a good thing to have in your goat kit. I also have some lube in this bottle. This is just some vegetable oil that you can use to lube up your hand in case you have to go in and assist a doe with birthing. I also have some udder balm right here. This is a bag balm. I just put it in this little container. This is mainly going to be used if you need to put this on a doe's chafed udder, especially first fresheners. They're probably going to get pretty scabbed up udders, and they're going to get sensitive and they'll stop feeding their kids. So this udder balm is going to help keep their udder soft and supple so that the kids can suck on the udder without difficulty and without hurting the doe. I also have a suction bulb. This is a really important item to have on hand as well. This is going to be used to suck out any mucus from a kid's throat if a kid is having trouble breathing or their throat is clogged up with mucus. As soon as those kids come out, their throats are going to be full of mucus from being inside of their mom, and they may need some help getting that out. So the suction bulb is nice to have on hand. I also have a drench gun, if that's what you call this. This will be used to put any medication, maybe Nutri-Drench, into a doe or kid's mouth. So this is nice to have on hand in case you're giving any medication that they may need after kidding. I also have some nipples on hand. I actually have 4 of these that I just keep on hand in case I ever have to bottle feed kids if a doe is not accepting kids, or if there happen to be quads. I would usually pull off that smallest one out of quadruplets and go ahead and feed them on the bottle, because quads it does not happen super often, and the does usually don't have enough milk to feed 4 kids, so they would need to be put on a bottle. Or if a doe is rejecting a kid, it's good to have nipples on hand. These can just be attached to a plastic smart water bottle or something similar. And last but not least, I just have this goat halter that I keep in here in case you have to tie up a doe who is not wanting to stand still if you need to assist or anything like that. A goat halter is always a good thing to keep on hand. So I hope that this was helpful of what I have in my kidding kit. That will be it for all of the supplies that I have to make sure that I'm ready to help if I need to with does at kidding. These are all good supplies to have on hand just in case.
So look how fat these girls are. Here are the does. This one is Kiko. She's showing you her smile. Her due date, she's the last one due on March 1st. And today, what are you doing, silly girl? Today is February 13th. You can see how big she's getting. And her due date will be on March 1st. What are you doing, silly girl? Guess how many kids she is going to have, and how many bucklings and how many doelings. Also, see if you can guess the actual day that she's going to have her babies. And put it in the comments below. Here's Luna. She is the second to last one due. You can see her big old belly. She's really deep bodied, so it's a little bit harder to tell. But let's see, this is her left side. The right side, where she's actually caring for babies, is right there. So you can see how fat she is. Guess how many babies she is going to have. She is due on February 24th. And guess how many bucklings and doelings she will have, and what day she will actually have her babies. First one due is Divine. She is looking very fat indeed. Huh, girl? She's due February 18th. So coming up pretty soon here, in about 5 days is her due date. I'll have her stand up here and you can see how big her belly looks standing up. Come on, girl. Oh, good girl. Check that out. She is pretty big.
Once it hits 1 month prior to kidding, it is especially important to make sure that the does are getting all of their nutritional needs to be able to feed the babies inside of them as well as themselves to keep their body condition up. So here's what I feed my does starting 1 month before kidding. I give them this goat tender with kelp grain, and I'll give them just a half a scoop of that. And then over here, I'll give them a full scoop of alfalfa pellets. And then I'll just mix those together into this pink bucket and then just pour it in their troughs for them to eat every day. I also have a very high quality orchard grass hay. As you can tell, it is very, very green, and this has a lot of nutrition and protein in it for the does to make sure that they are getting all the nutrition that they need at this time. So this is what I've been feeding my does, and what I will also continue to feed them 1 month after they kid. I also give the goats this loose mineral that helps to make it so that they don't get selenium deficient, and this will fit all of their mineral needs. I also give them a protein block with a lot of similar nutrients in it, and the protein block is also very good for them, and I give this during the 1 month pre-kidding and 1 month post-kidding, along with all of the feed that they get. So this protein block is really good for them, and they love it. So between the minerals, the protein block, grain, alfalfa pellets, and high quality orchard grass hay, I think these does are good to go, and I'm hoping for successful kiddings. Now everything is ready to ensure that these does have the best chance of success at kidding. Now we just get to wait for kids, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see how everything goes, and hopefully it all goes very well. I appreciate you watching today's video. If you want to follow us along on Patreon, I'll leave a link in the description below. On Patreon, you have the option to donate to the farm, and all of the proceeds will go towards the goats. You will be able to see exclusive content and be able to see some behind the scenes full kidding videos, updates of how things are going as it happens, instead of having to wait for my weekly YouTube video each week. Now you will also still have my YouTube channel. I'll just be doing Patreon and YouTube, so I'm going to continue with 2 different platforms. Thank you so much to those who want to follow me on Patreon. Also, thank you to my YouTube followers, and I'll be back with the goats on another video next time. See you guys later.